All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning, and hopefully, you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I'm doing fantastic. Had a nice weekend. And how about you?
Good, man. I had a great weekend at home. Everybody's kind of like quarantined. Everybody in my family got sick except my wife. She's the only one
Oh,
holding it down. My daughter yesterday got sick as well, but
oh no.
we're all on
Sounds like
meds,
it.
and we're all. Oh yeah, it's been a disaster. But listen, man, I'm hoping like we're just getting rid of this now, and that we'll be good for the rest of the winter. So let's see.
Get it over with
Yeah, let's
before
get
the
over it
holidays,
now for
right?
the holidays. Yeah.
All
Question,
right.
guys. Can you guys see my screen in the room? Um, I got some funkiness happening, but in my room,
I
can you
can.
see my? You can. Okay. All right.
I
Something
can.
weird on my end where
No.
I don't show myself transmitting to you guys. It's completely black here, but if
No.
it's working, that's perfect. Okay. Hence the reason why we're running a little bit late today, just checking on those technical things. But Peter, let's get right to it. Let's take a look at our economic calendar and what's going on. I know we got a
Let's
big
look.
week.
Oh, look at that. There is nothing happening on the economic calendar
Yeah.
today. Absolutely nothing. So it's not unusual for a Monday, but don't forget we are heading into the holidays, which means, well, you're going to get the normal announcements, but some of the special stuff are not going to be happening. So look, this week, we can look forward to things. We got CPI, I think, tomorrow, PPI on Wednesday, jobs coming out on Thursday. So we do have things coming, but not today. If I look around the globe, it's about as boring. It's a pretty light morning so far. Generally green, but there's a little bit of mix. Everything is up by a third to third of a percent. The Nikkei in Japan is the thing that's up the most at about 1%, which is a fairly big move actually for the Nikkei. So maybe that'll translate to moves here in North America. We'll see. But other than that, pretty quiet so far. We're going to have to rely on our gappers list and, of course, the scanners throughout the day to give us give us the things that we want to trade.
Absolutely. And there's a few things on here with news as well, especially on our Gap Up list. We got Macy's, which, by the way, Macy's going private. I mean, I just quickly heard that over the radio. So I haven't dug into or researched it, but these guys are going private, which is interesting. Um, but yeah, there's Macy's Snap upgrades on that one. And some other ones on here. We got Pins as well, XBEV, and some other ones that. So we will take a look what's happening there. And then to the downside of things, Marriott, Riot, and where's Coin? Coin making some noise to the downside this morning. We'll see how that's moving. If there's any opportunities, the volume looks great on Mara, 1.2 million right now. So that's going to be fun to look at. Hopefully, something that we can take advantage of. So, yeah, we'll dive into our gappers list. It's not a whole lot of news at the moment. It'll be a big news week though, that's for sure. But today, starting off basically quiet, nothing happening. Let's start with Macy's. So, Peter, I haven't read into it. Not sure if you had a chance to look at it in the background, but these guys are going private.
Well, there is an offer, so it's not confirmed, but yes, there was an offer made by a private investment group that already owns a significant piece of Macy's to take them private. They said that they would buy. And now, this is the Macy's legacy retailer, I should say, because if you remember, about a year ago, maybe it was a little longer, they spun off their web sales division. So I think this is just all of the sort of the legacy buildings, and like well, when I think of Macy's, anyways, I think of their flagship store in New York. But I know that they're much bigger than that. They're across the U.S. They don't have a presence in Canada. So, but I do see them in malls when I'm driving through the states sometimes. But anyways, 5.8 billion is the size of the bid, and at a stock price, which is important, of $21 a share. So that's why we were seeing it jump up. Look at where the price went to, right? Like it's the same story all the time. Actually, I'm surprised that in the pre-market it actually peaked at just around 21. It doesn't normally get to that price, so somebody got a little overly excited, I think, on that bid price. A couple of times it was peaking up there, but you can see now it's selling off a little bit below that, which is probably where it's going to hold. Now, keep in mind, this is news, and it's not a confirmed event. So that means that if we get news saying the offer's been pulled, the board doesn't accept it, there's legislation issues, right, or regulatory issues, which probably not in this case, I can't imagine. But be ready for the news, because that could drastically move the stock price. I mean, either right back to where it started, right, from Friday, or lower if we get news that this is coming off. If we get confirmation that it's happening, well, then the price probably is not going to go anywhere. So just keep that in mind. But we'll see what happens with Macy's.
Yeah, absolutely. I know their CEO will be talking. I think it's tomorrow or Wednesday, so more news will come out on that. Let's keep an eye on it. So yeah, good volume on it right now. How tradable is it going to be? Usually, this news, like we saw on Twitter, we had experience before, right? Remember, if you guys remember how Twitter traded, it can be a little wild depending if things go against it. But for the most part, if it is going to be a deal that's going to happen, it can be pretty boring. News against it will make it interesting. So we'll have to see. Just kind of watch the news for that one. Here is CI, Cigna, and these guys are up 13.8 right now, 654,000 shares traded. Not a stock that moves often, so I am assuming there's some news behind it this morning.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're gapping up. Um, they've got a massive share buyback. Maybe I guess that's what they've done, is to support their own stock. Looks like they're buying their shares back, $10 billion worth of shares, by the way, which means that they're sort of returning that cash to investors. But there was a rumor of well, not a rumor. There was a buyout planned that has fallen apart with them and Humana. They were going to have it was sort of a merger, because Humana was actually a smaller company, but they were going to become the controlling interest. Anyways, that's fallen apart, and being that that's fallen apart, Cigna's decided to do this share buyback. So, I mean, that would make sense that the stock is moving, but I'm surprised with, I guess, all of that churn in news that we're still sitting at only 600,000 shares. Pre-market action doesn't look great on this. It is a NYSE stock, which means that may be misleading. We may get a lot of action that happens after the opening bell rings at 9:30. So, it might be worth watching on this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. So we'll put it on here as a secondary and see. Let's see. Your number doesn't trade very well. We'll see how the market treats it. All right, we got some more retails. Another retail coming in here, JWM, which is Nordstrom. So we see this at least 4 times a year. Today they're up 5%. I'm not sure if it's earnings or just overall news, with Macy's here kind of giving it a little boost. Not really in play though. 102,000 shares traded. I mean, yes, we're breaking out of 16 at 30, which is nice. But is there any news driving this move?
I've got to believe this is just sympathy, because I don't see any news on them at all. So I mean, Macy's, going private is a big move to the market. So we might see a couple of these, thinking that, they're undervalued, or there might be an opportunity for them also to make a move, or other private investment. But I don't see anything specific.
All right. Again, not normally a great trader. I don't see a whole lot of volume or anything on this, so we'll skip it. Let's take a look at Snap. These guys with an upgrade. I mean, look at the move from 9 to 15, all of November into December. So they're moving, not in a great tradable fashion, I think. If you look at the dailies, they're pretty ugly. But up 4.7, 501,000 shares traded. Peter, any reason why we should keep this on our list this morning?
Well, they've had some general good news. I mean, end of last week, they did midday Friday. I mean, geez, I said yesterday, on Friday, which is not yesterday, but the last trading day. They did say that they're going to cross the $20 million revenue line for the first time. So I guess that's definitely good news for them. And they say it's very positive on their advertising forecast. So yeah, like you said, Carlos, I mean, they've gone up, what is that, like 60, 70% over the last month and a bit. And, they're continuing to say that things are looking rosy for them. So as much as Andrew predicted their death, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, doesn't seem to be coming true quite yet. So, yeah, generally good news. Nothing specific for today, though, that would indicate that, today's going to be an awesome trading day. But I don't know. I'm not, it's like this is a crapshoot. Like it might be interesting to watch, or it might not. Like, again, the news is generally good, but it's not specific to an event that's occurring at this moment.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like you said, right? It looks rosy for them now. Anything could look good when you're basically rock bottom almost. So yeah, 1580.
There's
Hey
that
man,
too. Yeah.
it looks amazing. I don't.
Yeah, we got to keep in mind when we say, so they have revenue records, 20 million. Like, we're not talking massive
Yeah,
revenue, really.
yeah,
So it's sort of easy to grow it. It gets more exponentially more difficult, of course, as your revenue gets bigger, right? A 10% increase from a $10 million, mark is much different than a 10% increase at 100 million in
yeah,
revenue.
yeah.
So.
I agree. I don't use Snap, but I do have an account, and my sister-in-law is the one that probably uses it the most. The people that do use Snap, though, they love it. Like if you're a Snap user, is your thing. You don't give it up. You're stuck with it. So I don't think it's gonna just die out completely. But maybe it's not as big as we once thought it was going to get.
No,
We're
I
very.
use it.
Oh, there you go, Peter. You use this. I
The
know two
family,
people that do.
The
Nice.
family uses it. The kids started using it a while back, so
Yeah.
we all use it to share videos and stuff. I mean, I almost every day I'm getting something new.
Oh,
So
nice, nice, nice. Okay, see, there you go. So I don't think it'll completely die. I think it's just not as big as it can be with so many options that we have out there now, like streaming. It's just too much. All right, let's take a look at one that comes up in our list more often than we probably would like is VFS. These guys are up 3.8, 157,000. I don't see anything good here, and I mean this thing, guys, trades like pure garbage. I don't know if there's any news. I highly doubt it. But if there's any truck that's worth this week, this is it for sure on this one here. So horrible trading. Just nothing to see here.
yeah, they remember they were in the news last week because they were going to represent Vietnam at the UN. It went up, it went down. If you remember those 2 days where like it was actually pretty roller coasterish, pretty crazy. They have released information on their new vehicle lineup, I guess, and some of their model designs. But again, it doesn't mean they've produced anything. They're just saying, look, we plan to make pretty cars. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's going to be very tradable.
All right, there you go. Oh, we got more users. See, I know more people than I thought. Melanie also uses it with her daughter as well on mainly on the weekend. So there we go. We got a couple of people using Snap. All right, excellent. Let's take a look at Pins, which is another platform here as well on our list this morning. Not really a lot of volume. 140,000, up 3%. Again, I don't think this is really in play, but any news on it, Peter? I highly doubt it with that volume.
I hadn't looked this up. Give me a sec. I will do
Yeah.
that. Pins is not one as I checked. It's funny because Pinterest is one of the ones that I do not use, but they also have indicated that they're looking at good ad volume. It looks like here. So I guess advertisers are coming back. Remember when they moved away from all these media platforms and they were pulling ads? I guess that part of the economy is roaring back. People want to advertise on social media again. So. Yeah, just general, things are looking good. Forecast. They didn't change their forecast from what I can see, but they are signaling that the outlook is good for advertising.
All right, excellent. Good news for them. Again, volume not really exciting at the moment. If that changes, we can take a look at it. But right now, pretty dull. All right, let's. Well, I was gonna say let's stop here, but I see it's a few
Oh,
here. Go
I
ahead.
just noticed they did get an upgrade too, if that matters on Pinterest. So if you care, they did get an upgrade to
Yeah.
outperform to 32 to $46. That seems a little aggressive, but okay. There you go.
All right. There you go. I think it's Snap too. Snap got the West Fargo one, so maybe a couple of companies upgrading these social medias based on what you said, advertising. That's what drives this thing. So,
Yeah.
all right. Let's take a look at a few here. I'm just gonna skip to XPEF, right? XPEF and see what's happening there, just for the sake of time. XPEF this morning, no, nothing happening actually. Let's forget about that. No volume whatsoever. Dash hitting above 100 here, so up 2.3, 463,000 shares traded. This is a ticker that, again, very well known, but man, it trades so horrible, so bad. So I usually avoid it or try to find something that's a little bit better. But as far as day trading, man, this can be really, really nasty. So I'll leave it alone. Not sure if there's any news
Yeah.
on it, but
What When you skipped over, because normally it doesn't move. Paramount, Para
oh,
on there.
okay, yep,
They also had news of a potential buyout. Private equity firm are considering acquiring the company. Again, no firm offer, but whenever you get these rumors of a buyout, again, it's one of those where you might put it on a secondary list because, again, it might do absolutely nothing. If the rumor is confirmed, however, and we get a very advantageous price, Paramount could move. Just like on the other side, if we get news that the buyout's canceled and it's not happening for whatever reason, Paramount could drop. So this would be news dependent, I think, for something interesting happening. But worth knowing if that's the type of thing you're interested in trading.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so far, guys, I mean, man, not a whole lot off this list at the moment. Let's take a look what's gapping down, at least for the way for what I'm looking for. BM EA today down at 17%, no volume. This is Biomet Fusion. I feel like we saw this last week or 2 weeks ago. Um, but it looks horrible, man. I don't see this being a tradable ticker. Very light volume for the most part. Yeah, we might have saw it on the 29th, right? Since then has seen a little more volume, but I just not something I'm
Yeah,
interested
I don't
in.
know. They had ridden up on news of one of their diabetes drugs doing well, and it looks like they're coming back down off that high. So nothing really new other than that.
Yeah. Set down here to SE this morning. Oh, nice drop here, down 12%, and a good drop with some good volume. This is C limited. We've seen this in and before. They had a big drop. You guys remember this mid-November. Huge drop. They gapped down, and this pre-market actually is one of the days that we actually had it on the watch list because the pre-market volume was really nice. So, man, so more bad news, I guess. Back down to the low of this big gap down and sell off day. I mean, this is interesting. I like it. SE.
Yeah, back in the middle of November, I what happened then? I mean, nothing's really
You might have
happening
been.
now. They don't have a lot of
Yeah,
news. They had a downgrade last week, but a company like this, I tend to ignore the upgrades and downgrades.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't, why it's moving today. I think it's just chance that the volume, is high. It doesn't look like it's really in play. The pre-market action looks not bad, but I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know what to expect of this because I don't understand why it's moving. So.
Yeah, I can't remember the catalyst, but I do remember, man, it actually did trade very well on this day here. I forget the actual big news on it. So maybe it could be some continuation of that. Not sure. I'm gonna have it on my list. Maybe it's possible. But I like the volume this morning. 1.6 down 12% and losing a lot of ground from the levels we had over the last couple of weeks. So let's see. Let's see if that means anything. Again, trade's horrible. I'm with you, Peter. But if there's going to be one day that he does something good, today will be the day. At least it's setting up that way. CLSK is one that trades horrible. Has been on our list the last couple of days with some increased volume, gapping up last week. Today, gapping down now, down 8.6, 833,000. So, not a big fan of this one. Could we get some move out of this? Maybe the fun is over. Maybe, but for the most part, not one that I will have on my list. Next on here, guys, we have Mara, we have Riot, and we have Coin, and I'm assuming Bitcoin may be pulling back a little bit. Let's take a look. Hashtag BTC. Oh, wait a minute. Make sure I'm typing that in the right place. Here we go. All right, BTC. What do we have? Yeah, so a little pullback
Oh
over the
man.
weekend. Actually, a decent pullback over the weekend. As we're seeing here. So let's just
You
go
know when
ahead.
you get terrifying messages? I just got a
Mm-hmm.
terrifying message, and it's so simple that you know when you because there's so many scams out there nowadays, right? I'm
Oh yeah.
always like waiting for somebody to scam me. So you get a phone call, it's a scam. You get these emails, scams, text messages, right? Scam. Click on this link. Your account's been frozen. You got a package waiting. Anything like that. This one is scarier, where it just says Microsoft account single usage code. You know when you ask for those codes to be able to reset
Yeah.
your account or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That's all. There's no link to click. No, yeah, link to click. There's nothing on it. It just Microsoft single use code. I didn't ask for it. So who's
Yeah.
asking for it on my account
Yeah.
that I got the text message? What's going on? Is someone actively trying to hack me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's scary. The one that's going around now, and two people that I know got it, is that they added some drop boxes on Amazon. So that was the thing. There was a hack on Amazon where they added locations where obviously you don't ship to. So make sure, guys, that and they were set as default. So make sure before you order that you check things and and you don't get caught with any of that stuff when you're ordering. Oh, this is interesting. I like this. This is the hacker here, Peter. Check
Yeah,
in on your stuff there.
there you go. That's hacker party going on my account right now. So
There you go.
yeah.
All right, excellent. BTC down a little bit, guys. Coin, Mara, and obviously Riot down because of that. I like Coin. Let's take a look at that one, see if it's looking good this morning. It's looking okay. It's not bad. It's not horrible. Man, 141. I love the move that this thing has done over the last couple of weeks, months. Worth watching as a secondary, even with this here. So secondary on that
Mm.
one. Really like the way that's moving. Um, okay. What else, guys? Let's look at Hut. Is that Pizza Hut? I think Trace horrible. I believe it's Pizza Hut. I don't have the name up here. Um, but is it Hut? No, I don't think it is.
Uh-oh.
What's the name? No, Hut 8. No, this is different. All right. So, wow, this was up quite nicely
Uh-oh.
over. What happened? Did you lose something? Are they getting into your
Oh, well,
account?
the user room was suggesting I go change my password, so I tried to log into my Microsoft account, and it doesn't recognize my password. So
Probably
somebody's tried
locked.
to change it.
Yeah. Hmm. You
Ruh-roh.
probably got locked
Being
out.
hacked.
Yeah. Being hacked live on
Live, I
YouTube.
know. Oh, goody. What
There you
fun.
go. There you go. All right, let's see here. So Hut 8, guys. This was up nicely over the last couple of days. Looks like the fun in the party might be coming to an end here as it's starting to drop down 6.3. No real volume. And again, we'll have to see how this thing trades. I'll keep it here as a secondary. We can always come back to that. I just like the big gap opportunity to close this gap if the party's over. We do have shits for sure. I am not sure what is the flow is 34 million, so it's not too bad, not too low, but you gotta be careful still. All right, guys, we're going to stop here. Let's take a look at Peter. What do you have on deck this morning that you like?
Nothing that we haven't looked at, really. I mean, I've got my usuals out there. Even they are sort of relatively low volume this morning. Only 500,000 shares in AMD, Nvidia's 800,000, and my good buddy Tesla sitting at it's normal. It's closer to normal at 1.1 million. So I mean, they all look decent to me, but nothing special going on. So I think I'll just wait and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take it to the chat, guys, on both sides here and see what you guys like this morning. We'll start with Evo SE making some moves. Yeah, I like SE today. It's very active. Let's see if it can give us some opportunities. Nicholas is giving us AMD. Let's take a look at AMD this morning. Yeah, AMD is nice, up 1.2. Not huge volume, but I like this move that we're getting on it right now. So AMD is good. I'll add that to the list as well here. Excellent. All right, AMD. ARM is interesting. Let's see what we got here from Source V in our chat. ARM at this moment, very light volume right now. It looks like they're not getting a whole lot of volume. On Friday they got 18 million, so they had a nice move there. Let's see how that traded. Let's go back. Oh, hard to tell how it did here. But yeah, the volume is very light. We'll have to see if the volume does come in on this thing. Spread right now is not too bad, but it probably won't be as great if no volume comes in. So that's kind of a wait and see. If it gets better, if I see it in the scanners, I can definitely look at it. Docu, let's see what's going on with Docu. Tons of volume. Let's take a look at Docu. Yeah, tons of volume, but not reflecting in our pre-market activity as we're looking at here, right? Very light pre-market action. So I don't know where that volume is going. 2.1 is what I'm showing here, pretty much flat. So maybe it's just a couple of trades being recorded, transacted here. Let's give it a minute, right? We'll come back to it. Let's see if anything sparks up here. Let's go Docu. We'll come back to that one. Not a great trader unless they have some really good news. I know lately they've been moving pretty nicely here. They did Friday. Well, nicely I say that they got volume and they moved. Not sure how actually the price action was. Wasn't really watching it on Friday. Amazon looks good. I like the pre-market action. Again, we've been stuck in this range. We spoke about this last week, right? Peter, you've been watching Amazon, I think, almost every day, kind of hoping for some kind of breakout here. So I like the pre-market here today. Maybe not today, but as this week continues and some numbers are released, especially retail numbers, maybe we can get some action out of this on this. So Amazon on my list for now. We'll see if we can keep it up there. Pino, I'm watching coin as a secondary right now. So you could watch whichever one you like. I know Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit. So Mara is going to be, fun. It pulled off very nicely there. Coin or even Riot, if you like that one, can actually get a nice move this morning, right? If Bitcoin decides to sell off, especially, we could see some action there. So keep in mind on coin right now, down 3.8, good volume, but any of those are going to be a good one. Amazon is good, Jose. Thank you. Let's see who else. Docu. Yep, Docu on deck right now. As a secondary, we'll look at it in a second. ARM. Yeah, I looked at ARM, but again, just was it ARM we looked at? Yeah, we did. Wait a minute. Volume is different now. What happened there?
I don't know.
Right? Am I bugging? That was like 2 point something.
Was it a different
Uh,
ticker you'd put in? I'm not sure.
what did I put a different ticker? Let me see here. No, 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 I did not. All right, that's weird. It was like 2 point something. We're just talking about it. All right, I'll go. All right, we'll see. We'll see. All right, Mara is good. Mara Coin or Riot. Google. Let's take a look at what's going on with Google. We'll take a look at Tesla as well. Google's dropping here. Yeah, Google's dropping. Got a nice little drop at the moment. Down 1.2. Volume is okay. I'd rather trade something else though. How about an Apple? Maybe Nvidia. One of the usual suspects. Nvidia is actually up. So that could be interesting. Let's put NVIDIA on my list here. Why is Google moving? Is there any news on it individually? They're getting a
Google.
slight move. Yeah, slightly down
I
this
mean, there's
morning.
always news on Google, so you sort of have
Yeah,
to go through it and see if any of it is,
makes
big
sense.
enough to. I mean, I don't know, man. There's a Google antitrust trial that's been handed off to a jury. That was news early this morning. I can't imagine. Well, I mean, I guess that could move it. I don't know enough about that trial, but I got to imagine Google's in court like every day of
Every
the
day,
year, right?
every day, every
Operating in
day.
every country around the world.
Yep.
Somebody's probably trying to sue them.
Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really see much.
Absolutely. All right, we'll stop here. I think I got a decent list. Again, not a blockbuster list. Very
Oh,
quiet Monday. Yeah, something's good. Huh? Something bad.
oh no! I just
You got
three
in?
minutes ago, unsuccessful sign in out of Russia. Hmm.
Amen. Amen.
Ch-
Stop getting into
is
Peter's account, man.
Chernuska. I don't think Eamon's in Chernuska, but apparently
No, I don't
somewhere
think it
near
is.
Chernuska, somebody tried to hack me.
Um,
So there you go.
Madness. Someone here saying I get fake BBT moderators accounts requests via Twitter and Instagram. They are nonstop, my friend, nonstop. And actually, Andrew just posted something which is interesting. Look at this. Look at Andrew. He has like 15 accounts here. It's just a few that he posted on a screenshot, right? So be careful, guys. We would never message you privately, period. Even to say hi, we won't do it. So if you message us,
Yeah,
we'll respond back, but we would never message you first. It's just not what we do. And we would definitely are never going to ask you about, send cryptocurrency here or do this or that. That's never going to happen from any of the BBT moderators, right? So just keep that in mind because these guys do that because people get caught. People do get
yeah.
caught. So be very careful. Um,
Very important point there, right? If ever, sometimes you get in a conversation and it can sound like you're talking to one of us, right? Or Andrew. But if you ever get to a point where they're like, send me information and I will either trade an account for you, I'll, let you onto our system. We'll give you the magic crypto. So if you start talking crypto, that's definitely not us. But yeah, like we're not going to ask you for information over social media or through a private email. That's not how it works. If you're signing up for our services, there you go to our website and it's got the secure sign up like you would have, with anything that you're buying through a secure channel. That's it. That's the only way that we would interact with you to for membership data. So because I mean, look at this. Andrew's posted
yeah.
this, like Carlos, as you're saying, like, and this happens every week, right? It's amazing because
Oh,
they can
it's
just they
nonstop.
just auto generate these things, right? I mean, look at
Yeah.
how many Andrews there are out there. How do you know
Yeah.
which one's the real one? Like, it's tough. So
And
just
and what
just
and what, and what pisses me off, right? Come on, we got the technology to know that if someone does an account with the same picture, you can't flag
right,
that Twitter, Instagram.
yeah,
No, but you know what? We got to sell these, right? We got to sell these. So Why would they fix a problem that's going to help them sell this check mark? So make sure that check mark is there. You also see the verification from P Capital, right? A lot of our moderators have that, so make sure you have that. That's the real account to follow if you're looking to follow Bear Boot Traders at Bear Boot Traders, right? And then again, no spaces, no dashes, no none of that stuff. So, but the verification is what really helps you identify that. All right. So there you go, guys. Let's see what else we have this morning. Let's get to our community events and announcement of what's coming up this week. So as we get started this Monday, let me go ahead and make sure I got the latest and greatest for you, Peter. Let's see here. We'll start with Monday, so I make sure the rest is up to date.
Okay, well, we do, as always, have a whole slate of activity going on this week. So, looking forward to another week. And oh my God, I can't believe that Christmas is coming. By the way, total random here, but went to find a tree yesterday. Apparently, I left it too late. I thought I was going nice and early. It was really hard finding a Christmas tree. So, if you need a Christmas tree, go soon because apparently there's not many available out there. So, especially if you want a tall one. But anyways, all right, so Christmas is coming, but before that, we still have 2 full weeks of activity happening before the holiday break, starting with our onboarding session that happens today, like every Monday. Mike or Megan is going to be leading that, and they will take you through the basics of what you can get out of your Bear Bull Traders membership and ask any questions. They're happy to answer. It's interactive. It's best to go live. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, and Megan, I guess, is leading it today because she is ready to party as she often is on a Monday morning. Look at Megan ready to go. So the Rager will be on tonight on the onboarding class. So join her there, 8 p.m. in the onboarding room. It's guaranteed to be a lot of fun. Tuesdays, we have our strategy and trade book sessions this Tuesday. So tomorrow we will be having Thor, who's going to talk about how to time your trades. That's going to be a great session at 8 o'clock. And then next week, we've got Andrew, who's going to talk to you about how to unleash the power of the VWAP. So he trades with the VWAP at the open every morning. He's going to talk to you about how he uses it and how he leverages it for his trading strategies. That will be once again 8 o'clock. Wednesday is psychology, and this Wednesday we will be having a session with a new presenter for us. Jared Tendler is going to be with us talking about how to develop a system for your trading psychology. So 8 o'clock, usual time, usual place in the webinar room. New voice. So that'll be good. Looking forward to hearing Jared and his perspectives on that and how to develop that system. And then next week, the 20th, we're getting closer and closer towards that holiday period. Wednesday, December 20th, Mike is going to be back with us talking about how to set smart goals. So hopefully you'll attend those. Put them in your calendar so that you don't miss them. Thursdays, we always do mentorship, and this Thursday is no different. John will be having his session at 11. Jared and Megan, their session at 2. And then Thor, as always, at 8 p.m. with his high energy session. So one of those 3, hopefully you'll be able to attend and get value from. We also have a scheduled session on Sundays at 5 o'clock. I hope it happened this week. You never know. Paris, anyways, it should be happening every Sunday market, because if when he's able to do that, it's a great session to really give you information about how to get set for your week. So those are the 4 mentorship sessions that we do every week, and we look forward to delivering them again this week. TradingTurtle.com is a resource that's available to you 24/7, 365, always there whenever you need it. So hopefully you will sign in, take a look, go navigate around the tool. It's got all sorts of great information, not only to help you while the markets are open, but use the replay mode to replay any stock any day at any time. You could use the simulator. It's free. It's a free simulator. If you want to trade live in the markets using a simulated account, just join in there. You can use it for free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a great way to get started if you're just starting on this trading journey, or if you want to test something out and you don't want to do it in one of your live or demo accounts. Use that simulator. The calendar, of course, is up with all the events and information today. Well, it's a little empty, right? Because there's not much happening. But if you want to know what's happening the rest of the week, because like I said, there's going to be stuff going on, use that calendar to find out what and when. And if you want to join us here at Bear Bull Traders, we're happy to have you. use any of our offers. The intro offer at $39 is the easiest way to get started. Because you're listening right now, you always get access to that discount code, which is pre-market24. All one word, pre-market24. You'll get a $24 priced cost for that. So you get to save yourself $15 off that intro offer, or you can use the basic or elite monthly when you're ready to commit for a longer term, or the best deal always is the elite annual. So hopefully we will see you as part of our chat room sometime soon. All right. All that being said, we do have a couple of things to set levels on. Fairly quiet, right? We didn't have like a massive list of things, but that doesn't daunt us because there's always stuff to trade. We'll just wait for the markets to get going, and what is good will reveal itself to us.
That is 100% correct. Right now, Google's looking pretty decent, so I have that on my secondary list. I do have space to move this up, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put Google right in here, and I think that will be good for now. We'll do levels for that. All right, excellent. So at the moment, my list is made up of SE, which again, a lot of volume going through that one. I have AMD, I have Amazon, I have Nvidia, and I have Google so far. Secondary list, I have Docu, which again, tons of volume, but no movement in the pre-market. So just kind of waiting and see what's going on there. Here's HUT, not a whole lot going on besides this nice big gap down, a gap up that we had a few weeks ago. Maybe that can be nice of opportunity this morning. Coin might also be another one that if we have time, we'll do levels on. CI, which is this one? CI is gapping up. This is Cigna. Yeah, Cigna has news as well. So it's gapping up this morning. Could be interesting. And yeah, we'll see what develops there. Let's start with SE this morning, guys. So again, this stock had news over a couple of weeks ago. Today, they're down again 10%. I do like their pre-market action this morning. Not a great trader. So again, it has to be right at the market open. It has to get the volume and it has to move accordingly, or else just scrap it and look at something else. So again, I'm going to be very picky with this one because it's normally not a great ticker. So if it's not trading good off the bat, we're going to dismiss it. 35.01 is the low of the pre-market there. We'll slam a level there. And then if we look at right where the price action is right now, that is actually a level as well. So we're going to mark this, what is this, 35.80, right? We'll call it 35.80. You can see here also on the daily, we had a little bit of support happening there. You go back even further, you could also see more support happening around that area as well. So I like that 35.80 for now. Even in the pre-market this morning, support here, little support, lost that, little resistance over the last couple of 5-minute candles. So I think that's an area where this stock likes to play around with. So we'll keep that there. I don't see anything below our pre-market low, and probably have to go back on a weekly here. Let's see. Yeah, we got to go really far back. I don't have such an interesting ringtone like Peter does on my phone, but we'll mute that.
That wasn't me.
No, that was me. I'm saying my phone, my ring phone is not as interesting as yours. Yours sounds really nice. Sounds like you're getting a call from Batman or something, or the commissioner. So yeah, we'll mute that. Yeah, man, real nice. All right, so over here, guys, if we look at the weekly again, we'll take some area of support right around here. You got a couple of days, so I think that's good. 33.73. There's nothing really else in there before that, but again, that's really old, going back to 2019 on the weekly if you want to know where that level is coming from. Going back to our daily, I think we're set here on SC. Let's take a look at another one of our usual, well, not the first usual suspect here, not another one, because SC is definitely not one. But AMD, guys, AMD, 600,000 shares traded, gapping up this morning, 1.1. Has been trading decent, okay, not great. There's been some days where it's been pretty flat, but for the most part here this morning, looking nice. High of the pre-market, 130.58. And towards the bottom, we do have the previous day close. We have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Low of the pre-market at 128 actually. Still low of the pre-market there. And last time we were up here, we were going back to June time frame. So June here, we have a day over at 132. 132.79. So that's the only thing I'm going to slam on there when it comes to AMD. I think once you do that, you are pretty good top and bottom on AMD here. All right, next is Amazon. Amazon's pre-market action looks really good. I know it's not a whole lot of volume, only 487,000, but I do like the way they're moving this morning compared to everything else that seems just to be a little bit dull today. 145.90 is the low of the pre-market. You're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days. You got the previous day close here. And if you look at the big picture, I mean, we've just been stuck in this range. Now, the range is not too bad. If you go from top to bottom, it's a couple of bucks, so it can be decent. But a breakout or breakdown from here will be really, really nice on Amazon. So towards the bottom, we have the low of the pre-market, the low of the last two trading days. We're also going to mark down this area here down at 144.55. I think it's good. And then we have just another level here, great level at 143.12. See the resistance happening there, a little support as well as we move along there, more support over the last couple of days. And I think Amazon is looking really good. I like this daily for a possible breakout. High of the pre-market is sitting at a 146.95. So 146.95 is good. And I think once you do that, you're pretty set. Just looking for this thing to break one way or the other. Now, next would be NVIDIA. NVIDIA also had a nice move this morning. Was in the red at 6:30. Now sitting here in the green, almost up 0.5%. So nice move overall on NVIDIA. High of the pre-market, we're sitting at 478.23, and then towards the top, we're looking at 483.80. So great area of support and resistance right on there on the daily, very clear. And above that, if we were to get going again, this would be a stretch on a day like today, but 490, around 490, you got a couple of days slamming into that. That it might be worth noting as well. So there you have it. The one thing we miss here actually is the low of the pre-market towards the bottom. Right this morning, 6:30, we set that over at what is this? 471.99, right? So 471.99 is the low of the pre-market for today on NVIDIA. Once you set that there, you are all set, my friends. All right, here is Google. So Google, again, gapped up last week, Thursday, and today kind of giving some of those gains back. Still has not closed the gap down. So could be interesting. Maybe some weakness into today's action. Low of the pre-market, 133.26 will slam a level there. The next level I see towards the bottom is a nice one, 132. You can see that being confirmed going back to early November, but also just a couple of days ago, a couple of days is slamming into that as well, that 132.02 level. Towards the top, I don't think you need to add anything. Don't mess this up, right? This is perfect. Highs and lows for the last two trading days. Previous day close on here. I mean, it is just, has everything you need. Don't need to add anything else. So there you have it on Google. Guys, if you haven't done so already, slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. We are sitting, what do we have here? We are at 97. 97. We'd love to be at 150, 160 is kind of our goal now. We've been doing that very consistently. So if you can help us there, get there, that would be amazing. So thank you for that. As we start with a slow week so far as our gappers list and as far as news, economic data, but it shouldn't be towards the end, Peter. I'm looking forward to what this week is going to look like in a few days.
It should get busier as the week goes on. Yes.
Yep, absolutely. Let's take a look at our moderators list. So let's bring this over and we'll start with Jared. His sound bites are available in chat, so you could take a look at those. We do have Thor, Tesla, AMD, Coase, probably Macy's, right? So you got to be careful with Macy's. Someone mentioned Macy's on chat, Pig Wrestler. Yeah, so Macy's, no, I'm sorry, Jason Lamb. Macy's does have news. I just don't know how good that news is going to trade. I'll show you in a second. Thor's information there is on Twitter. You can see the link there. Jared, Tesla, AMD, Carvana, and Google as well. Mike will be watching Tesla and AMD, and Megan too today for her Docu and Tesla this morning. Oh, we can look at Tesla today. I forgot to look at Tesla. Let's take a quick look at Tesla this morning. 1.3 million, which is usual for them lately. They're not getting a whole lot. Daily looks very nice. How do we miss Tesla? Someone did mention it. We just forgot to look it up.
No,
and you watch Tesla too, right?
Tesla
Yeah, it's always there.
But,
yeah,
but it doesn't mean that's top of mind.
Yeah. Exactly. So here's Tesla, guys. Low of the pre-market, 241.77. I do like the push here. Low, we were in the red, now in the green, trying to stay there as we were hopefully going to get some good action out of this one. We'll get the volume. It's just, can it trade in a direction that we can actually trade it? 246.97 towards the top, maybe a little bit lower right over here based off these 2 days as well, 246.56, and right here. And then just in case we get going, 250-ish around that area, you have a level as well. Surrounded by the highs and lows towards the bottom, you're pretty much set as we're just pretty much flat right now as we're coming back to the previous day close. All right, a few more moderators coming in with their list. We'll look at that, and then we'll hand it off to Brian, who is going to take us through the market open this morning. Microsoft for Avi, Tesla, Amazon. Wait, the entire trading stock exchange. The entire stock exchange for Avi, as you can see here. And then Brian is looking at Tesla, AMD, Mara, MU, and Dash this morning. So excellent, friends. There we have it. Peter, anything we might have missed?
No, I think we got it covered for this morning. Trade smart, everybody. Again, start of a good week, hopefully. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to answer someone on Macy's. So, yeah, so Macy's with the news of the possible buyout to go private at 21. Peter talked about this earlier. You might not get a whole lot of movement. If you guys remember how Twitter was during this time, just be careful. Right. Look out for the news. If we get the news that, hey, it's not going to happen, oh, yeah, we'll see a big move down. If it's going to happen, it's just going to stay there because the price is 21. So not so interesting. It'll be boring today, I think. So, all right. Take care, guys. Stay safe.
Later.